Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How are you guys doing today? I've missed you so much since last time. We are back and we are better than ever, baby. And today we are here with a really special guest. We're here with Gwak. And make sure you watch this interview from start to finish. He spits so much knowledge at us. So make sure you really, really tune in, put the volume up. And as always, we're going to run the intro now. Hey. Yeah. Powerful mind, yeah. Hey. But I really am truly super excited to interview you because of the fact that you do like real art. Like when I say real art, I mean like sculptures, like the craziest, most unique things that are so unique that you. It is real. Like it's funny because of the art. Like we're gonna insert pictures and stuff, and then you're gonna be like, laugh a little bit. Okay. But it is real art. Like the things that you have to put into it. The idea. First of all, you even have to have the idea to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not in like things that come naturally to people. If it did, there would be a lot more. You know what I'm saying? But there's not. Like your art that you do is very one of one and very unique to you. And like even having your tag on everything, Gwak on everything, that's super dope too. Yeah, of course. And so like I want you to kind of explain to them like. First of all, who you are and what you do and like what you're most known for.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Gwak. I'm an oversized pop culture sculptor and I've been doing art for about 2 years now. And I just make things that are large. So just take something nostalgic or something that's pop culture related, blow it up 10 times the size. That's the key, is 10 times.
10 times.
So when you look at everything, it's more or less, depending on what material is available, it's going to be 10 times the size. That way, when you put all the pieces together in one room, it all flows cohesive. Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. And so there's a lot of, I can imagine there's a lot of like scaling and planning that goes into like, Chat and mathematical.
When I first started out, that wasn't a thing. So I had to figure it out, and I'm not math kind of guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're like, I just want to create shit.
Special relationship with chat. Yeah.
I love that. That's a reoccurring theme, actually. Yeah. Every single person that we've brought on in the past like month have said how useful of a tool ChatGPT is for them when they're creating. Because same, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you don't lose, you'll get left behind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. And I don't necessarily believe like, I believe in using ChatGPT as a tool. I don't believe in like using it as like the source of the creation. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. No, I'm not going to have chat fully create from start to finish.
Yeah.
Although there has been some times where I'm like, hey, just hit me with something creative, my style, and it's always horrible. Like, no offense to chat, but like it's not like you're not on par with where I'm at. Yeah.
You're like, okay, and you're an AI. That's right.
But like graphics, like if I need a very specific whatever, I might hit it with hey chat, like clean up this photo for me, and
that's awesome.
Chat will do it.
Yeah. So what do you use like ChatGPT for specifically? I know we said like the math and the scaling. Can you kind of like explain, like you're like, hey, this is the item that I have, now I want to make it large and like do your 10 times. What's the process then after that, once you decide like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do next?
So chat would only be for scaling or if I need rendering. So if I have a customer reach out.
Okay.
I also will use chat as a, not a podcast. What would you call that? A diary. So I will, every day I just jump on the phone with chat and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. These are like life events. That way at any moment I can be like, hey, hit me with the elevator pitch for this company. It puts it all together for me. So it's like chat. If you ask my chat who Gwak is, it's going to give you a quick boom, and I can like shorten it up, speed it up, whatever, make it really. So if I'm in a magazine or whatever, I can put together a quick synopsis.
That
one. Of who Gwak is.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm not good with words. So
no, that's okay. Chat, you don't need to be when you're just creating.
I got chat. The homegirl chat.
Exactly.
But so after that, what I'll do is just planning stage. I got to figure out how to even scale what materials I'm going to be used. And a lot of times materials won't fit. So like a sheet of plywood's 4x8, right? 4 foot by 8 foot.
Yeah.
So if a piece is 49 inches, that's an inch bigger than a standard piece. So it's like, okay, how do I scale it down? Do I keep that scale, but then add something to it. So there's a lot of figuring out. To me, that is the most fun part. That is the art, in my opinion, is just how the hell do I make the thing?
Yeah.
And then once I got it figured out, it's prototyping. And I'll prototype one piece 100 times if necessary. If I think it's a cool enough piece, like my juice boxes, I literally worked probably 20 of those, and I burned or threw away every single one except for one of them, because I wanted to show the process. Like, this is what like one of the first few ones look like. And then what a finished, polished one looks like at the end.
That's dope.
So I normally, and I don't give away my prototypes, even though it looks like really close to being like, yo, I'd put that on my wall or whatever. No, it's gone. Family doesn't get it. Friends don't get it.
Yeah, because
a lot of people ask
that holds
for
the value, right?
I'm holding a standard. I want my art to be as good as I can possibly be. I don't water it down. If it's not in my standards, good in my standards, it's not going out into the world. So yeah, I have prototypes that most people would be like, that's incredible, put that on display. It's like, no, not at all. I'm not putting it, not from a prideful point of view, but like, I know I can do better, so I'm going to do better. I'm going to try to nail it every single time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that is so incredible that you said that, because so many people do not have that mentality anymore when they're creating. Like, they just don't. They'll just, because literally the last clip that we posted to the podcast was me talking about how the art of creating and expressing through art is lost because everyone's so like content. They don't care. They put out, they just want to push out whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
They're doing it for the wrong reason.
Exactly. So it's like, it's not like create for actually creating, not just for chasing likes,
Yeah. Well, and so let me back up though. They're doing it for the wrong reasons, in my opinion. Like, because for me, I would want, it's very important to have that perfect polished piece. For them, they might just want to chase the likes, and that's what they need.
And that's what they,
maybe that is good for them. So I want to back up before I offend someone, because I don't want to offend anyone.
No, you don't. But you're not defending anybody, because, like I said, that mentality that you have, where you do hold what you do to such a high standard, that's beautiful. Like I said, like that is like lost in like so many different ways. I feel like for some things, obviously the whole chasing likes, if that's what you're going for and it works for you, great. Like, no one's taking that away from you. But when it comes to like actual real artistry and like the art that you create, like you said, holding that standard, because who else will? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who else? No one else is going to hold that standard for you, So it's like such a great, like, it's refreshing to hear that you have that mentality about it. Well, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just honestly, literally, I'm figuring it out. I'm not a professional. I'm not like, I literally did not get any training in this.
Yeah.
I'm just crafty, and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to keep pushing for greatness. I almost want to shout his name out, because there's one artist that I can't. There's one artist that I'm following that the ideas that this guy is coming up with are so unbelievable, and he's going viral. I thought I muted it. My bad.
No, you're okay. We really here.
It's on Do Not Disturb. What? Okay.
They were like, disturb anyways.
They called back to back. This artist has been coming out with the most insane ideas, where they're destroying the internet. They're freaking out over it, but the quality is just so not good. I'm like, man, if I had that idea, I would prototype that thing until it is so perfect, and then I would keep it because I would want it. But if I did something, it's like, that could sell for like a lot of money. Yeah. Not that it's about money, but like, I don't know why artists don't push for a better version of themselves. If you're going to be pushing for it, push for it.
Right, you might as well, yeah.
I might shout this guy out at some point, but...
I understand what you're saying, though. Yeah, but we're like, no, I can't.
And he's like in high school, too. And he's got my attention like crazy. He's got like maybe 3,000 followers, but like every post is just like, that's a banger. Excellent idea.
Yeah. That's dope, though. That's great. That's
really
awesome.
Envy him. I do.
Yeah.
But
like in like a professional way, where
absolutely,
you're like, I look up to what you're doing. Like, this is great. Well, yeah. But so that's super dope to hear you like even say that. And like I said, it's refreshing to even have that mentality about it. And so like, tell me about like, we kind of talked about like the process of everything. And then you kind of spoke a little bit about picking the material. What materials do you typically use to make it happen?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. I have no idea. It's every single project is a new medium. Usually.
Okay.
I'd like to try to do styrofoam. That's like it's so versatile. It's inexpensive, and I can stock up on it. So if I have a project, I can jump into styrofoam. But not every single project is styrofoam. So like my giant tech decks, like skateboard tech decks, there's no styrofoam in any of that. So there's plastic involved. And so now I'm having to create a machine to make plastic for this toy, this giant toy.
Yeah.
And so now I've spent like $2,500 building and researching and learning about this certain machine that can make, it's called a blister packet or a vacuum forming table. So I'm physically making tools to make art.
Wow.
Which,
that's crazy.
So the material is always, not always, but 9 times out of 10, I'm having to learn a new trait, which is only elevating art.
Your skills and like everything. So
the style that I have right now, I might not have 3 years from now because I'm trying new things every single time. And it's just, if you look at my first work versus now, it's kind of super different now. And the quality is much better. I'm
you can
really
see the process.
Trying to.
Definitely. Yeah. That's super awesome. And then so you're making machines to make the actual materials that you need for the project.
You just get it done. Figure it out and do it. Yep,
that's dope. Because and what you had said earlier, you were like, I don't know what I'm doing. I say that all like when people ask me about like the podcast, like everything. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing all this for the first time.
Good for you.
You know, I'm like, I'm just real with y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. We just wing it and we go along. We just make it happen. Like you say, you just have to figure out a way to make it happen. Yeah. And we talk about that all the time in the podcast. So it's super awesome.
See it all the way through. And if you're not going to see it through, just cut it. Don't even pursue it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And then it's also interesting to me that you mentioned like how much money you have to spend to even like get the actual project done, and not even talking about the prototypes and the this and the that. And so right now you're doing art full time, correct?
No.
Okay.
No, art's expensive.
I was gonna, that was my next thing. I was like, it takes a lot of money to like do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask like how, like where are you at in that point? Like how do you even like afford that? Like where are the funds coming from? Like,
okay, so you're gonna get some behind the scenes. I've never said this. No one knows this. I had to refinance my house and take money out just to pursue art. Like that's how serious I'm about it.
Yeah.
And it's going great so far, but the money I have saved, I got a 1-year plan, and if it doesn't work out, I'm cutting it with art.
Dude, another fucking fist bump for that. That's crazy.
No, it's like I had a realization. I was like, 2025, I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna push for it. And so my wife, I have the coolest wife. We've been together since middle school.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. She's like, you know what, go for it. And so we're pushing like crazy, but I am still working kind of part-time.
Right.
It's not full-time, but it's more than part-time.
Yeah.
I work on machines all across Florida. So I do a lot of traveling.
That's dope.
And when I get done with it, I race back to the house and I work till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Making art. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah. That is so great. Cause like, that is like next level commitment of like knowing, like, it's scary, but you know where you're going to be at. You know what I'm saying?
I hope.
I'm sure you can see where you're at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're mentally and like your work and mentally, I'm sure you can relate to this. But like, so like me, for example, I can see and know and taste and feel where I'm going to be at. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already there. Like mentally, I'm already there.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So I can imagine when you're like, let me put everything on the line. That you're like, you can envision and you know, and you have that trust in yourself and your creativity enough to like, know you're going to be successful no matter.
I
like,
hope. Yeah. I mean, it's.
No, not I hope. You know that you will be.
You never know.
Your stuff is so dope. There's no way that you're not. You know what I'm saying?
I've never had a handout. I've had to work for literally everything. So I always go worst case with everything. So it's not that I'm trying to downplay my abilities or anything, but it's just like, hey, the reality is it might not work out. Art, as hard as I'm pushing it, it could easily fail for me. And I've seen so many failures. I'm not upset about it. I'll bounce back, but I'm willing to put quite a bit on the line. Like I'm risking quite a bit.
Yeah. And
trying to make it work.
And that's what I'm saying though. Like even if the 1-year plan does not work out the way that you had necessarily hoped, you're still going to bounce back and pivot. We talk about pivoting all the time. When you're creating, like you have to pivot because things are not like creating is not like just one linear, like you go up, you go down, you're like plateauing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Course correction. Absolutely.
Exactly. Like you always have to do that, especially like I said in our field and everything. So like hearing you do that is dope. And like, not the same thing at all. But for my first season of doing the podcast, I zeroed my bank account like multiple times to the point where I couldn't pay to do the podcast anymore. Yeah. I was like, okay, I guess that's the end of season 1. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so here we are at season 3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like not the same thing as refinancing your house, because that's great. Like that's like a big risk, and I love that. I'm here for it.
To even have that.
Yes,
a lot of people don't even have that. So it's
right. Yeah. But I'm so here for it, and so that's great. Like to hear like it's like I said, it's like refreshing, because a lot of times, like you said, like you talk to like also people sometimes who, like you said, do get things handed to them and everything, which is great. Don't take it away from them, because if I had the opportunity someone to hand me, I'd be like, thank you.
It's the easy route. I mean, some of us have to trudge through the mud to get there. But that's absolutely. Yeah.
And so kind of like going back to like the whole like building the materials and just figuring out however you can. What was like, when did you start creating art? And when did you, first of all, two questions in that. When did you start creating art in general? And when did you discover your niche that you're in right now?
Oh, that's a really good question. No one's asked me that. First question. So when did I get into it? I've always been super crafty, just straight F's in school, unless it was art, and got A's, in art. Okay, so anything artistic stuff.
Right.
In high school, I was in VPA theater.
Nice.
Building the,
That's
Booker High.
Thespian, Northport High School.
Okay, nice. Heck yeah. So I wasn't doing the acting, I was doing the stage production. So I was
stage
building,
craft and everything. Yeah, awesome.
So techie. So that's kind of what got me.
He's not wrong. Techie.
Okay. It's a we're anyway, yeah.
It's our own world.
It is,
That's hilarious.
But actually, that's a huge part of why I'm even doing what I'm doing, because we would scale everything up. And so just,
that is true.
And power tools, like, using chop saws and all that
Absolutely.
stuff. So, always been crafty, building tree houses and forts and stuff growing up.
Yeah.
Just being poor, you have to be resourceful. So you make toys if you don't have toys. Imagination, that kind of stuff. So always been crafty, but actually doing art about 1.5 to 2 years now.
No way.
Actually,
I fully thought you were gonna say like 5 years. Or like something like that. That's
it's
awesome.
going quick. I mean, it's
I was gonna say that's why I thought like he was so far along, like, or had been doing it for a while, because right now where you're at with I'm sorry. I'm like unicorning so much in my own interview.
Hit it. That's what,
But I actually am very curious though. I want you to answer that niche question. When did you discover your niche?
So niche and style is, to me, one of the hardest things to develop. When I first started doing art, Jairo Vega, a good close friend of mine, he's a muralist, very talented, local in Bradenton. He was pushing me to just get into art, just craft, do something. And I was like, shut up, I'll make a spray can, because he's into, graffiti. And I'm such a fan of graffiti. It's like a subculture I'm so fascinated by. So to give tribute to him and that culture, I was like, I'll just make a giant spray can. And I was like, I really enjoyed it, like learning how to make an acrylic cap for the top. And
I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen it before on your page.
And I've made probably 10 of them.
Oh, wow.
Because you go through the process of learning how to make one.
Right.
Now you know it. You can start mass
like
production. Yeah, exactly. And they're all a little bit different, and different brands and whatever. So that was I think 2.5, that might've been 3 years ago. And then I didn't do anything with it. But then I was like, all right, I'm going to do something else. And so I was going in the direction of street art, making, and for some, I don't know why, but large. I was like, I'll just go large. I think I was reading a book called The 10X Rule, which is, have you read that?
No, I haven't read it, but I've heard of it.
Highly recommend it. You're an entrepreneur. I read entrepreneur books all the time. It's like my guilty pleasure.
That's awesome.
Seriously, highly recommend the 10X rule. Plug them in if you want.
Definitely.
It's just anything you do it 10 times bigger, better, stronger, whatever. Dope. Your sales need to be 10 times bigger than what you think you can do.
Right.
And so I think I just was like, I'll just make art 10 times bigger. And it just, from there.
Boom.
Yeah. And it just kind of stuck. And the style was very intentional, because I wanted to immediately connect with people. I was like, how can I grow the fastest audience? Nostalgic. is just such an easy thing to do.
That is true.
Yeah. So I was like, let me just hit the nostalgic button. Like I'm a millennial, so it's easy just to
relate.
And we have one of the coolest childhoods.
Yeah,
like,
you did.
Like we have really cool toys and just pop culture icons essentially. So
literally
just pulling from that, and it just kind of, it didn't blow up, but it got traction quickly.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was able to grow a little bit of a following from it. But I'm now getting pigeonholed to where people only look at me as nostalgic, and I'm not about it. Like I did that last year. Now I'm focusing on, like not sinister, but just a little bit more adult themed things. Yeah,
absolutely.
Vapes and nicotine, lip. What do you call little pillows? You know?
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
the Zins.
Yeah, So like I made a Zen table, and that actually just went viral. It's my first viral video, which is cool. Just
really?
Just hit a mil.
Oh,
so I'm
that's
super
awesome.
stoked. Yeah,
Dope. And you put that in your.
It's in the studio right now, but but in my
not the answer.
Airbnb. Yeah.
Not the answer I was looking for, but
But the Airbnb, I see you were leading me. I just
But I want you to talk about the Airbnb because first of all, plug it in there. Go book his Airbnb. It's one of
the Vibe Villa.
The most unique Airbnb you'll ever stay at.
Have you seen it in person?
Not in person.
Oh, you need to come do a tour.
Yeah, I would love to. I'll take content for you, do a whole tour, everything, cool, for real, because it is very unique. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have I shown you the videos of it?
Like the open room, and it had like a cigarette.
Yeah.
And it had like his name on the side.
Oh, like the cigarette box is what you're talking about? Yeah. So he has a whole Airbnb. Go ahead and explain it. Yes. Like, what's in it?
So in Sarasota and DeSoto Acres, North Sarasota, we're a prime location between the UTC Mall and the beaches downtown. We're kind of right in the mecca of like a good location. And we had this little villa called the Vibe Villa. So it's just a cool little spot. When I make art, instead of just storing it in a closet, I throw it in the Airbnb. And so instead of just having a boring Airbnb,
such a smart idea.
Yeah, thank you. We made it super whimsical. So it's all tie-dye painted, bright colors in the living room. I collect boom boxes. That's another subculture I'm super fascinated with. It's just like hip hop boom boxes, all that kind of stuff. So I have, 200 boom boxes on a wall, and I have my giant spray cans in there. It's always cycling through. So recording this, by the time someone's listening to it, it might be completely different now. But giant SpongeBob ice creams on the wall, and so it's fun. And a lot of people don't know what a Rickroll is. Do you know what a Rickroll is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and I don't. There's a 90-year-old man that will know what a Rickroll, a 40-year-old, an 18, but in between all those ages, they don't know. It's weird. I don't understand. It's an internet fad. You had to be there.
I put
Rickrolls throughout the whole thing. So you open a drawer and it immediately starts playing Rick Ashley's Never Gonna Give You Up. And I have a Pepsi machine in the Taco Bell bathroom. Oh, yeah. So.
And then I think what's one of your most recent installations in there in the backyard?
Oh, the KFC hot tub.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like, I want to put a water feature on the property for the Airbnb. I was like, I'll do a hot tub, but it can't just be a regular hot tub. I need to do something a little stylish. So I was like, I'll buy one of those KFC buckets, the ones that are on the stand outside of KFC, and could not find one. I think I found one in like Minnesota for like $12,000 or something. I was like, okay, well, that's not gonna happen. So I just built one.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say, you're like, I'm just gonna build it.
Yeah. So we
12K is crazy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So we literally just it took me about a month to build. Buying the metal but that was a fun project. Figuring out how to even make a bucket that's 8 feet tall, and so we figured it out. Yeah. Made a platform inside and put a hot tub inside.
That's dope. Yeah. That's super, super crazy and great.
Well, I mean,
I love that idea. That's so unique.
Yeah. I mean, that idea has been on the internet forever now. Like, anytime you see one of those buckets, you'll read through the comments, someone says, yo, make that a hot tub. It'd be so cool. No one's ever done it. I was like, I'm going to be the first one to do it.
Fire.
So, yeah.
Nice. Fire.
I stamped it. Yeah. I got that shit.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. And do you have any plans of doing more Airbnbs in the future, as just side revenue for you?
So I've had so many people reach out asking hey, can you do a themed Airbnb or like in Las Vegas, there's a company that wants me to do the old motels. So go from one room to the next and just do themed rooms.
That's cool.
Love to. Like if I could get plugged into that, oh my gosh, I'd love to. There's just no money in it. And it's not that I'm chasing money, but like I gotta pay.
It has to make sense.
I gotta pay that second mortgage.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, I was gonna say it has to make sense, especially especially like doing something where you do have to invest so much money into it in general.
It is,
like you have to like be able to make profit way off of it. You know,
and the money I make from the Airbnb literally funds the art too. So that's another good way of.
That's career. Dope. That's super great. And then I was gonna ask also, do you have like any favorite projects or like some projects like let me ask this. What is one of the projects that you did that you're most proud of? Like it took you forever to figure out how to do, like it was just being difficult and then you're like, boom, got it.
The tech deck.
The tech deck? Okay.
Yeah, I was a little skater kid growing up. That was like my main toy was skateboarding. So Tony Hawk is a legend in my mind. So I knew if I ever did art, I'd want to make a giant tech deck and use a real skateboard. So I found the original skateboard that like the very first tech deck I ever purchased. I found that in an actual skateboard form and then based that whole project off of that one skateboard. And so that was the very first one I did. That's the one I had to build a machine just to make the plastic. And
oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. That's so cool.
I kind of wish I didn't sell that piece. I wish I kept it, but I'm going to be making more of them. I'm going to do a Bam Margera board and some other skateboarders and have a collection. So like when you go to Target and they're all hanging on the little hang tag. Yeah. That's kind of what I want to do, but just a bunch of different skateboard tech decks.
That's dope. Cool. Yeah. That's dope. And then so you mentioning that you sold it, like how do you price? Like how do you even price it?
It's a feel thing.
Yeah.
If I was to put the price reflected on how much effort I put into a piece or how expensive it is, I wouldn't be able to sell anything because I'm a nobody. No one's going to want to buy my art. I have to price it to where they're like, oh, that's cool. I would pay money for that. And then it's like, okay, like that's the price type of thing. What would I pay is kind of what I would.
Right.
So some of my pieces, I'm like, I have no intentions of selling because it was so much work. I'm going to throw a $6,000 price tag on it and somehow it might sell. And if it does, like, okay, I'm willing to let it go for $6,000. But for the most part, I want my art affordable. Like I make art not for profit. I make it because I want to make it, but I also have to, pay for the material. It's so expensive.
You have to like make enough, like we said, to like reinvest into it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like painting. If you were to, you got your canvas and you have your oils or paintbrushes, and you might upgrade a couple things here and there. And once you're all in, I mean, you kind of have everything. But with me, I'm constantly buying tools and different materials, and it's very expensive. Very expensive. I mean, I do all my finishing. If it's painting, it's automotive paint, so it's like crazy expensive.
Oh wow!
But it's a crispy finish. Like it's not spray paint. That's
exactly where you're kind of like
flashing and drippy, maybe
drippy or bubbly.
Exactly.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah. So and then do you have to get a lot of your projects wrapped? Because I know that's where like Sakela kind of comes in or has done some wrapping for you before.
Yeah. Sakela has done some jobs. Prime Vinyl's done some jobs. A bunch of companies. Yeah, it's just you find out which companies are able to do it, their time frame, and so wrapping's a big part of what I do.
Yeah, and then the project that I'm particularly thinking about with Sakela was ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
Explain that. Like, how did that even happen? What was it like?
Oh man, that
was a
highlight.
Dope.
Literally, that was such a highlight.
I was gonna say.
Oh my gosh,
that's crazy.
Crazy.
That's insane. Yeah.
So his team reached out to me. No. ASAP Rocky reached out. He jumped into the DMs, the blue check and everything.
Way.
And I was like, I thought it was fake, but you got the blue check. That's ASAP. And so
like the blue check.
He's like, hey, can we talk? Or he saw the tech deck. He's like, yo, that's fire.
Awesome.
Blah, blah, blah. Can we chat? And I was like, sure. And so I gave him my phone number, and then my phone's lighting up, and it says it was what do you call it? The face it was FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh my gosh,
shut
like
the
he's
freak
calling
up.
like right now.
Shut
right
up.
Now. And so I answer it, and it was ASAP, straight up, like, he's
Shut
like, what
up.
up, Gwak? And I'm like, oh my God, I was freaking out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to say. I was like, bro, you're so much uglier in real life. Like, I just had to make fun of him.
Yeah.
Because he's a bro. Like, he's the homie. So I immediately made fun of him, and he instantly laughed, and it was like, we were tight, like, in that moment.
That's so fire.
And so he was like, hey, I got this project. I'll put you on with my team. And so I jumped in with his team. It took us, like, 3 months. When you're dealing with a big production,
right? Yeah,
it goes through so many hands until they're dialed in to exactly what they want.
Yep.
And it's changed so many times. By the time they finally sign off on it, they gave me 1 week to do the whole project. Literally 1 week. So
yeah, that's crazy.
I brought my friend Chris, Chrome Collective in. He's a very talented guy with automotive stuff. He knows how to weld and stuff. So I was like, hey, let's tag team this. We'll split it. We brought Sakela in to do the wrapping, and Chris and we built the thing overnight. I think within 2 days we had the thing completely built.
Wow.
And then Sakela came in and wrapped it. She was busy, and she got it done like hours before I had to load it up on a trailer and bring it to Miami. So it was
that's crazy.
Skin of our teeth. We got it done and delivered. It looked amazing.
I was gonna say
opening. And
yeah,
it was cool.
It looked so amazing. Like it looked so cool. Like seeing the pictures of it and everything, I was like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that was the post that I got introduced to your page was from seeing from Sakela working with you.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's how I kind of got introduced to your page that way. But that is so what the heck? But that always that proves and goes to show you never know who's seeing and watching. You never know who sees your art and who sees what you put out, and you should not have that fear to put it out, especially if it's coming from your heart and your creation and everything. Do it, because the right people are going to see it, and you're going to be aligned where you need to be. That is just so insane.
Yeah.
He's just a FaceTime straight up, just like that.
It was instant. I didn't have a chance to change or nothing. He was
You're like, oh, my
it.
hair.
Yeah, I was like, he don't care. I was like, all right, whatever. It's just do it. Yeah.
That's
I'm not
awesome.
gonna miss that phone call. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then so also, I kind of want to dive into that a little bit more too, because it was kind of cool how you said the revision process, right? Because a lot of people also don't realize that, like you said, when you're working, especially with bigger people, they have specifically what they want in mind. And that's where that revision process comes, where I can imagine you literally went back and forth, changing, tweaking, until, like you said, they're like, okay, yep, this is it.
Yeah. They've actually come back to me, and we started that whole process again. I ended up just telling them, you know what? I'm not going to do it for you. It was that intense.
Yeah.
Of just going back and forth. And by the time we were going to finish, I'm like, you're only going to give me a day or two to do, a $30,000 project. I just don't, I'm not the right person. I'm going to tell you now, I'm not the right person. Go find someone that can do it for you in the time frame. So when you're going back and forth,
it can kill something too at the same time.
Maybe they're in California and I'm in Florida. And so the time difference, they're messaging me at night. And so by the time I respond, they're not going to get it till, it's just, it takes 3 weeks to get a simple yes almost on a very simple thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool to like that you also mentioned that you said hey, honestly, I'm just not the right person for this. That's dope, because I feel like a lot of people don't even do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say yes if I couldn't do it. Yeah. And so twice now I've had to tell them I'm just not the right guy for you. Other projects consider me, but not these two, and had to turn them away.
That's dope. And how do you feel like they responded to that? Did they respond okay, respect?
Absolutely, yeah. And they were like, hey, we'll bring you back in. And I've even hit him up. His team was like, hey, I got free time. What do you need? I got no jobs in the queue. What's up? And they're like, oh, we actually just got done filming, and we don't need you, but
but we'll keep you in mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
but that's great, because that also goes to show building that relationship too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how important is who you know in the industry, just in general, as being creative? How important is that to you?
If you can coattail someone, I would say try to as much as you can. As far as when I say coattailing, I'm not saying follow another artist or have someone else pay. But if you have a buyer, someone that's willing to pay you to do things, coattail that thing. Like, do the job, even if it's something that you're like, it's out of my comfort zone, push for it and like do it. The first ASAP job, like I probably would say no now because it's super intimidating, but I'm glad I said yes. And, we just had the right people to help get the project finished.
Do it. Get it done.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then so what came out of that project for you? Like, did any other opportunity, like obviously you said you worked with the team again, but did any other opportunities kind of arise, or did like recognition also come with that?
Probably that. Yeah. Recognition. It didn't make my career whatsoever, but it was one of those like, okay, he has at least one chip on his belt. That's a little merit badge. Just
that's dope.
I mean, that's
dope. Like a highlight. And then do you have any other highlights that stand out, like project wise to you, that like you said, like the tech deck was like a really big one? Also, are you able to disclose how much you sold that for?
I think it was 2,000.
Okay.
Maybe 2,000 to 2,500, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
I gave it away. You asked a question though.
I was honestly going to ask about, what was I going to ask about?
You did ask.
Jeez. I was going to ask something. What were we talking about? The opportunities,
has it made a career or like, oh no.
Any other highlights, projects?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very good at podcasting. Any other highlights? Like,
you are very good, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Other things that stand out to you, like project-wise, or just things that you're proud of yourself for.
Sure. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I always tell him, give me a solid 5 when we're like getting close to like our time limit.
Yeah. I'd say one of the highlights is getting into a museum. That was getting into galleries is hard enough. Like that's a hard thing to do. You have to really prove yourself that you're able to even fill out a space. But a museum, that's like they really don't just let any artist come in. So the fact that I got into a museum, I think that was such a huge opportunity. I'm so thankful. I'm at the Del Rey Museum, the Cornell Museum in Del Rey.
That's
is
awesome.
the museum I'm in Florida.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was a huge opportunity. That's another merit badge.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Right, I'll take it.
And then projects that I've worked on, I'm super into the NES games, like the Nintendo games and Nintendo Zapper guns, like the OG stuff. It has a special place in my heart from growing up. Those like one of the coolest toys that came out.
Yeah.
So making those. Yeah.
Dope. And I was actually going to mention that. So it's so great that you mentioned it. What are the, like your gallery, when you get your art, into a gallery and stuff, because that's not your first time having your art in a gallery, right?
No.
So like what, just for like people who just aren't like actual artists who like try to get in galleries and everything, what is that process like? Like what does that look like to be like, do you literally like email somebody and you're like, hey, I would like to be considered for this? Or like, how does that work?
Yeah.
Sure. Nail on the head. Yep. You answered your own question.
Seriously, if you want to be in a gallery, go be in a gallery. Freaking figure it out. Like just get out there, go knock on the doors, go show up. Every one of them will say no, but you'll figure it out. You'll get in. Yeah. Just figure it out. I literally have no idea. I could not tell you how I got there. I think they messaged me. I think honestly, it's curators somehow find me and they're like, hey, we want you to be in our.
Okay. Yeah.
Somehow they find me.
Yeah. And then so what is the benefit of you having your art in the gallery besides the fact that obviously it's visibility? What are the other benefits? Like, do people literally buy your art from the galleries?
If your goal is to be in a gallery and you think that's going to make it, it is so much work. It does not pay as well as you think it will pay. I mean, the gallery is going to take between 30 and 50% of whatever the profit is. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. Or no, not profit. It's sale. So,
so like if you're selling it for 2,000, they're going to take 1,000 of the 2,000 if it's sold at the gallery.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't know that's how that worked.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
So it's, but I mean, you got to pay to play.
Right.
And I will never bite the hand that feeds. If I get a sale through the gallery, 100%, I'm cutting them in. I'm very respectful to them. What they're doing is really hard. They're putting on artists. They're taking a chance. So
they have to make their money too.
Absolutely. I fully support it. It's literally part of the game. But yeah, the galleries are a lot of work. I recommend it. It's one of the things you have to do if you're an artist. You don't have to be in a gallery. I'm sure there's artists out there that make millions and millions of dollars and they've never stepped foot in a gallery. But for my style of art, I have to be in a gallery of some capacity. Yeah. So. And
then you say it's a lot of work. Obviously it's work like putting the like pieces together and everything.
Absolutely.
But what are the other like hard parts that go into being in a gallery? Because I'm sure like you have to figure out your setup and like how to like explain all that.
Yeah. So galleries typically aren't at the entrance of your neighborhood. You're gonna have to travel. And if you're doing sculptures like me, it takes space, and you got to make sure you're loading it up correctly to go 8 hours away and your art doesn't get damaged. So I have the biggest van you could possibly buy. I have the biggest trailer that can tow it. So just that alone, I mean, I got almost $50,000 just in equipment to haul my art to places. But I travel the United States bringing my art to different galleries as much as I can. I'd like to get out to the West Coast this year. It's like another goal of mine. Vegas, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would smash in Vegas for sure.
And they got buyers too. Again, it's not about making.
Like I went to Vegas and bought this giant tech deck.
Yeah,
like they would totally do that.
I was drunk. Literally. It was Vegas.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. And then so, kind of like a few last questions here. Sure. Right now with like the art game, the way that it is, what would be like one of your biggest pieces of advice to young artists who are trying to really, you know, solidify themselves in the field?
Figure it out. I will keep saying it because if you don't figure it out, if you just follow a carbon copy of someone else, you're just regurgitating the same garbage everyone else is doing. Be unique and figure it out, because you're going to come up with a creative avenue that no one's ever figured out, and you'll be on a podcast when you figure it out. So just pursue it and figure it out, go all the way to the end and do as best as you can.
I love that. Yeah.
And if you're not going to nail it, if you're not going to, warehouse it, put it on the top shelf, let it sit there for a year until you get good enough to where you're like, oh, I'm going to bring that down. You might even throw that whole piece away and I'm going to start from scratch. But stay motivated and finish it.
And how do you stay motivated?
I make lists.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm pretty autistic. I have to have very organized, regiment ways of doing things. So I will make a list and sub-lists of that list and lists of that list, and it just
organize your thoughts.
Yeah, and it's so you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do anything. You pull out your list and you're like, what's the easiest thing I can do on the maybe making a list is where you start, and then you're like, okay, what's the easiest thing? And it's clean the shop. It's like, okay, let's go clean your workspace. And when by the time you're done cleaning it, you're gonna like, all right, what else is on this list? I'm ready to knock some crap out and freaking hammer it.
That's dope. Yeah.
So lists. I'm a big list maker. I'm faithfully making lists.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's so funny because literally I recently just got back into like doing the whole to-do list and like the whole like you said, like lists under lists. Like I have this bullet point. Now I need to do the things for the bullet point. So like I literally recently just started talking to him.
Has it helped you?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Always just because I realized that like in my most like, I would say like quote, just for lack of a better term, successful parts of my life, when I felt like I was really just on it, was when I was making lists. Like every day I just had like, what I was doing and what I needed to do and take care of to continue to always have the momentum moving forward. So I'm definitely getting back into that. Like recently, the last couple weeks, I felt like I was like, dang, I need to start doing that again.
Absolutely. If lists aren't your thing, then I would say start with making your bed. I know it sounds so dumb, but like if you can just make your bed, that will motivate you to do the next thing. And before you know it, you're banging out some crazy art no one's ever even thought of. And so just if you think you're going to be a free spirit and just, I'm going to go make art and your art's going to suck. You need to push hard as hell. Like,
to have that structure.
Knock it out of the freaking park. Don't do it mellow. Like freaking crush it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Full on.
hardcore, and figure it out.
And then so last question here.
Yeah.
What is your wildest dream in like creating art? Like what is the craziest thing that you really want to create at some point?
It's probably a two-parter.
Okay.
Burning Man. I would love to make an interactive art piece that's massive. It might cost, $300,000 to build something to the size that I would want to make, but something that, if you're at do you know what Burning Man is?
Yeah, I'm familiar
it's like
with
a
it,
music festival
Yeah.
that's all based around art.
Yep.
I don't really care about going. I just want to make the art to where people, that's what they talk about. Like, this thing is crazy,
Absolutely.
whatever. And then two would probably be a Meow Wolf.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
heard of Meow
yeah.
Wolf? Area 51.
Dude.
Having an
You'd crush
exhibition there of just being part of their team, or it might be horrible. I have no idea. But when I go there, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
This is my space.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's dope.
So.
I've actually always wanted to go there. Always. That's like on.
Oh, you haven't been?
No, I really want to go there so freaking bad.
Yeah.
I literally watch videos about it all the time, and then like my family has gone.
Wild.
My family has gone. And I'm like, it's literally on like my bucket list. Like I want to go there.
It is wild. I don't do drugs whatsoever, and I'm like, man, I should learn how to do drugs in this place. Like this place is so wild.
That's awesome.
Like you'll be walking, you think you're opening up like a freezer at a convenience store, and it turns into like this maze walking through, and then you're in Alice in Wonderland, like this
So
huge
insane.
2,000 square foot room that's crazy, whimsical, black light everywhere. It's highly recommended.
My family said that the same thing. They're like, it's insane.
Yeah.
And so like everything that I see off of it, it like makes sense that you're like, Meow Wolf, I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that actually aligns.
I
Great.
just like that weird stuff. Like my art, I like to be weird with it. Yeah, I don't take anything serious, and that their business plans, they just don't take it serious. Everything is weird, and they have a whole produce area of like toys.
Yeah,
but it looks like it's produce, but
it's like
dog toys,
things you can buy and stuff.
Yeah, and it's all funny stuff that nothing's serious, and so,
That's dope. That's dope. Tell the people where to find you at.
You can find me at gwakproductions.com or on Instagram, Gwak Productions. Pretty much anywhere, it's Gwak Productions.
Dope. And thank you so much for coming on.
And it's Gwak, GWAK, not guacamole.
No, true. That is true.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell, so I spelled it GWAK. Yeah.
That's awesome. And as always, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at powerfulmind.official. And as always, we will see you next Tuesday, baby. Peace.